Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Away Days with Dino again. Um, just done a few episodes prior in regards to my 2 cents and also to about regarding the Ballon d'Or. This edition is basically something I wanted to do from a couple of weeks ago, but I'm just gonna I've taken a few things out. It's just about the latest results in regards to other various sports. So I'm just gonna briefly bring up in regards to results. Um, but first and foremost, I'm gonna start with something which I was gonna bring up, but yeah, I was just overwhelmed with like work and everything over the last couple of weeks, so I gave a bit of a break. But I wanted to give a mention to first and foremost to Rafael Nadal, who has decided that he's going to retire next month. Um, he goes down for me as one of the greatest tennis players of all time, the King of Clay, as they call him. Um, Rafa Nadal won 22 Grand Slam titles. Only Djokovic, Margaret Court, and Serena Williams has won more. And this is someone who has just been an absolute national treasure to Spain in tennis and a great ambassador to the sport of tennis over the years. He's not. So many people have come along after him retiring. He's an inspiration. He's got a great legacy. Um, One of the great legends of the game. And I just felt that I need to give him uh, an honourable mention because he deserves it very much so. As much as when it came to the whole rivalry between him and Roger Federer, I did prefer Federer over him, but you can't take nothing away from Rafa Nadal. He was a brilliant player, and for me, like I said, one of the greatest of all time. Definitely one of the best in my lifetime of being on this earth. Um, yeah, it's weird because now all of a sudden, you're just starting to see all these great players who I used to see grow up now, just who are my age, who are now starting to retire. And that's telling you a lot. Serena's retired, Roger retired a few years ago, Andy Murray's now retired, and now there's Rafa Nadal now, and the only one who's left standing now is Djokovic. Um, so it's a bit weird, isn't it? um, but yeah, well done, Rafael. Well done, Rafael. You had a brilliant career. You've been brilliant. You're a great ambassador of sport, like I said. I'm never going to forget that game that he played at Wimbledon. One of the greatest games. No, no, I'll take that back. The greatest game of tennis I'd ever seen was a 2008 Wimbledon final between him and Roger Federer. If you haven't seen it, um, or even want to see highlights of that match, please try and have a chance to do so because it was a brilliant game. It was a brilliant game of tennis. If you want to ever introduce someone to the game of tennis, tell them to watch that game. It was absolutely brilliant. It went on for a good 5 6 hours, um, to the point where it was getting dark, and they had to actually, yeah, there had to be a winner. And yeah, it got down to it, but it was literally gone on serve. I think for a good hour and a half. The final set, I think the final set finished 9-7 to Nadal. So yeah, brilliant. So yeah, Raf, brilliant. Congratulations to you. You're never going to be forgotten. Like I said, you're an absolute legend, mate. Congratulations on your retirement. I was going to bring up the cricket as well in regards to England because of how much England put up against Pakistan, but I think it was the first test where they beat Pakistan by an innings and 47 runs. They actually, I think England put up like 800. Was it? They put up 800 and something runs, and Joe Root like made 262, but Pakistan came back and won the other two tests. So they won two by 2 tests to 1. I think England put up their lowest test in Pakistan ever last week. Um, I was going to briefly mention that in regards to last week, but before I mention it now anyway. But there you go. But Joe Root has passed Alistair Cook as England's top test run scorer ever. He's now on 12,578 runs. Still a bit of a way to go to catch probably one of the greatest batsmen of all time in Sachin Tendulkar, who retired a good few years back. He finished on 15,921 test runs. Sachin was just brilliant. What can you say about him? But yeah, Joe Root's now overtaken Alistair Cook as England's highest test run batsman. So yeah, I'm just gonna come up again. Um, Formula One. Again, I was gonna bring up Formula One. Just bring up the results. Um, Again, I was gonna bring up from last week when it was the United States Grand Prix, in which was won by, excuse me, that was won by Charles Leclerc of Ferrari. Carlos Sainz, his Ferrari teammate, came second, with Max Verstappen coming third. And the race that happened in Mexico just over the weekend, Carlos Sainz Jr. won that one of Ferrari, with Lando Norris of McLaren coming second and Charles Leclerc coming in third. That was the Mexico Grand Prix. The next Grand Prix coming up is this weekend in Brazil in Interlagos. First practice is on the first with sprint qualifying, then the sprint and qualification on the second, and the race itself is on the 3rd of November. That race starts at 5 p.m. I presume at our time, GMT time. Yep. So that's what's going on within Formula One. If I go to the standings, I do the drivers first. Max Verstappen is still in the lead of 362, but he is slowly being pegged back. Lando Norris is on 315. Charles Leclerc of Ferrari is on 291. Oscar Piastri, is on 251. Carlos Sainz on 240, and Lewis Hamilton and George Russell are on 189 and 177 respectively, with Sergio Perez just behind on 150. Then we move to the constructors. McLaren have actually, McLaren and Ferrari have now both overtaken Red Bull now, with obviously those big wins that have come from their drivers. McLaren on 566, Ferrari on 537, with Red Bull on 512, and Mercedes are a couple of hundred points back on 366. There are a few more races to go. If I just go to the races, what have we got next? So we've got a Brazilian Grand Prix obviously starting this weekend. Then they're back in Vegas, in the States in Vegas on the 21st of November, and then Qatar on the 29th. And then I presume that then the last race of the year is in Abu Dhabi on the 6th of December. So there's still a few more races to go. It's looking very, very tight in regards to both constructors and drivers. We all, I mean, if I do recall, when the season started, Max went right ahead, and we all thought that Max was going to win it, but he's been pegged back by a couple of the drivers, and the constructors is looking good as well. So it's looking like it's going to be a very, very good ending in regards to Formula One. NBA and NHL, for all you basketball and hockey fans out there, yeah, these two seasons have just not so long ago just kicked off. Obviously, with how these leagues are played, they play games every 2 days now, or for 2-3 days. So I can't really go delving in too much in regards to the results. But what I will do every week with them is just bring up the standings with how the teams are doing. So I'll start off with the Eastern Conference in the NBA. The Cleveland Cavaliers and the Boston Celtics are both undefeated with 4 wins each. Orlando are 3-1. Miami are 2-1, with the Bulls and the Hawks, my boys, are on 2-2. And the Wizards, the Knicks, the Nets, the 76ers, and the Hornets are all on a 1-2 record. The Toronto Raptors, Indiana Pacers, the Milwaukee Bucks are on 1-3, with the Detroit Pistons on 0-4 and have yet to win a game. And in the Western Conference, we've got Oklahoma City Thunder, who have won 3 and lost none. And you've got Phoenix Suns just behind, a game behind, along with the LA Lakers. Then you have a group of teams on 2-1: Dallas, LA Clippers, the Golden State Warriors, the Minnesota Timberwolves, New Orleans are all on 2-1. Houston Rockets and the Memphis Grizzlies are on 2-2, with the San Antonio Spurs, Sacramento Kings, and Denver Nuggets on 1-2, with Portland on 1-3, and the Utah Jazz 0-3 and have yet to win a game. For all of you guys out there, keep up with everything on NBA.com. I will come back with you with the standings every week in regards to what's going on in the NBA. I'll do the same thing with the NHL as well, which I'm about to read out for you NHL fans. So I'm going to start off again in the Eastern Conference. Let me just go up. So in the Eastern Atlantic, you've got the Florida Panthers at the top, with Tampa Bay Lightning just behind, with the Toronto Maple Leafs third, Detroit, Montreal, at Boston Bruins and the Buffalo Sabres on 9 points, with the Ottawa Senators just behind them on 8. In the Metropolitan Division, we have the New Jersey Devils on 14 points, and the New York Rangers on 13, Carolina Hurricanes on 12, the Washington Capitals on 10, the Columbus Blue Jackets, Islanders, Penguins, and the Philadelphia Flyers just lagging behind a little bit. Then we go to the West. In the Central Division, you've got the Winnipeg Jets, who have got a very good start. 1-8, lost 1. They're on 16. The Dallas Stars on 14. The Minnesota Wild on 12. The St. Louis Blues, Colorado Avalanche, and Utah Hockey Club. They've still got to get a name incidentally because they've moved. All on 10 points. And the Nashville Predators and the Chicago Blackhawks on 7 points respectively. And in the Western Pacific Division, you've got the Vegas Golden Knights on 15 points, with the LA Kings on 12, Vancouver Canucks and Calgary Flames on 11, the Seattle Kraken on 9 points, Edmonton Oilers on 9 points, with the Anaheim Ducks on 7, and the San Jose Sharks on 4 points, just lagging behind a bit. Again, I'm going to do the same thing with the NHL, just like with the NBA, because these guys play endlessly all the time, so it's very intense when they're on the road. But I'll keep up to date with these with the NHL and the NBA as every week as the season progresses. I'll just bring you guys up with the standings. Now, there's just one more thing I'm going to bring up for. Again, I'm going to keep with all the American sports, because there is a thing going on right now called the World Series. There was a game last night. For those of you that don't know who's in it, it's the LA Dodgers and the New York Yankees. And the LA Dodgers the LA Dodgers are on the brink. They won last night by four runs to 2, and they're leading the series 3-0 in the best of 7 series. So for the Yankees to win this, they've got to win the remaining 4 games. The Dodgers just need one more, and they will be, as I say, the world champions in baseball. And then that would be baseball done. So with baseball, for you guys out there that like baseball, obviously the baseball season coming to a close. Pre-season will be coming up again in baseball in, I believe, at the end of March, and then the season will start again. I think sometime in February, March, and then the season starts again in April. So when that time comes, obviously when the time comes, I'll keep you guys up to date with baseball. We'll just, again, I'm gonna do the same thing with baseball as I would do with hockey and with basketball, because they play endlessly. It's not like American football and like football where they play every week. It's a lot more intense, a lot different with these guys than it was on the road. So, but I'll keep you guys up to date when the time comes with baseball. But the Dodgers are on the brink. They won last night by 4 runs to 2. But yeah, that's all I was going to bring up, guys. That was going to be the roundup from the rest of the world of sport. Anything else that you guys want me to bring up in regards to sports out, any other sports out there, let me know. I'll look into it and I'll bring it up and I'll mention it. For all you other football fans out there as well, I will be mentioning again similar thing like I've just done here with the lower leagues in England in regards to the Championship in League 1 and League 2. So if you support any team in those divisions, keep a lookout, because I'll be mentioning the sports, the full-time results and the tables in that as well. I don't just want it to be about me talking about the Premiership, so because these teams at the bottom, they're a part of this as well, so we want to show them some recognition. But guys, thank you very much for listening in for another episode. If you're listening to me, I'm on Podbean. If you are watching me, I am on YouTube, and also keep a lookout as well for my TikTok channel. I'm Away Days at Away Day Sports. Day spelled D-A-Z-E. But I'm Dino. This is Away Day Sports. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.